This could be destiny finally achieved by Mythic Seal, or for Yangon Galacticos to just deliver another nightmare, to force another Game 7 against a team that has a history of dropping in those scenarios. Game 6, Grand Finals for the Super League of Myanmar. Again, I'm still absolutely gobsmacked by the draft swerve of Yangon.
Same here. YG have truly been the better team when it comes to draft. And Mythic Seal, the ways that they've been able to win, it really has been through these hero moments from these individual players. Ken, already this game, starting off with that typical risk-taking style of Mythic Seal, a triangle pattern start to the game to get to level 4, possibly a level advantage by the time Turtle 1 spawns.
He's acknowledging the fact that at whatever point in the jungle, there will be someone invading. Earlier in the bottom lane, it was Hilda, now it's Han!
Abyssal Arrow, the trap also there! Han with first blood, Mythic Seal start the game with a big hurdle right in front of them. Another Abyssal Arrow forcing Boye to flicker out.
Not the start that you wanted if you're Ken, but the start that Yangon definitely set up for themselves. The info that Ying got in the bottom lane, that Ken was here, his timing going into the purple buff, and Han plus the arrow coming in from Blink was just perfect. That was Yangon showing Mythic Seal, we read your rotation, we know what you're gonna do.
And it goes to show once again, Ken want a pick that's not his comfort. Will always start the game somehow as the guy who gets first blooded. 0-2 is the average start for the Hayabusa in the playoffs so far. Blink again, finding an arrow on this pick on the Selena. Ken looking for a play in the bottom lane. Will be looking for the quad shadow here, but will not be able to fully commit onto it. Under the turret, even with the Star Shatter. Not enough. The Star Shatter hadn't landed, would have been a free kill over. A disaster to start things for Mythic Seal. It's a kill and a turtle for YG.
Lina hugged the wall just right at the very tip of the animation. And Han decides to invade yet again, although the purple buff hasn't spawned yet. Ying is here to pressure, Kun is here to help. Ken already brought down Solo. Ying flickers forward, and Ken has started 0-2. The average that you've mentioned, Mirko.
The curse of Hayabusa for Mythic Seal. The curse of Hayabusa for Ken. It just can't be thrown away. It can't be lifted. Not here. YG are doing all they can to keep that curse alive. Whoa, a weird retribution from Han. Actually, in a twist of fate, Ken, despite the 2 deaths, will still be able to get his purple.
He unintentionally peeled for his opposing jungler. Somehow, Han fumbled that retribution. I don't know, was he intimidated by the presence of Boya or something? It looks like. Let's just give it at that.
Oh, man.
Still, though, Ken finds a little bit of breathing room, a bit of a miracle that he's still able to get a purple buff in this scenario, as the lead for the Baksha is starting to balloon. The 2 gold laners, 1-1 just has a little bit more gold, but Zippy's still close enough in terms of the farm to say that it's still competitive in the gold lane.
Really just looks like a dash of fate, you know, a pinch of destiny at that point, getting the purple buff leashed for you in a situation like this when you start the game 0.
Wait for someone to turn something around. Mythic Seal are now deciding to play as 5, a very tight formation as YG are spread out. 1-3-1, 1-2-2, all evolving in different versions. 1-3. And they'll have the Angelos sitting back, as most Angelos usually do in this scenario, waiting for a good heart guard moment. Astral Echo. Nico has to be the guy right now. His Novaria will be a difference maker. Zippy avoids an arrow and avoids getting bumped.
Big moves by YG. They really are just trying to bait out, just trying to feint out a flicker, a battle spell, right? A resource at least from Mythic Seal. If they get it, it's of massive value at this point of the game. Again, why this Selena can be a crazy game changer is the fact that there's no purifies on the board for Mythic Seal. Here, in the 18th minute of the game, you get hit by that Abyssal Arrow in just an opposition by a bit, you're dead. You're going to be taken out. There's so many members that can just follow it up. So much mobility on the side of YG. But it'll all come down to who gets this Lord. This is going to be an Evolved Lord spawning in the 18th minute of the game. And it might be the final Lord of the game.
You see Mythic Seal doing everything they can to check the map, provide vision. Boye, oh no, this looks bad for Mythic Seal!
Tsunami slam, Abyssal Arrow! Oh, so close from landing. Now he's gonna be the all-in from Ken. Jumps in the shadow kill too. Yay! Taken down by Ken! One member down right as the Lord spawns in the game. Mythic Seal have a ticket that they want to punch in.
One member down, but they can still fight this out. But big ticket ultimates are gone. Mythic Seal, they have the ticket in their hands. Will they slip?
Blink taken down, crossbow attack ready, winner crown, but it's not timed in perfectly. Goes in on Zippy Cutie, has a win of nature, buys a little bit more time, but with the Angela, it turns everything around. Stitch going for the chase, Ken in the bush already, doesn't have the shadow kill, the quad shadow comes in, and will be able to escape Lina with the flicker forward. Ken jumps back in, and he goes back, but he's met by Lina, who was waiting there. Now it's YG who's pushing the tempo, a massive play for YG to save the day.
Nico has to be the hero. He'll use the Astral Echo, the Star Shatter. He won't have another one. He won't be able to steal it away unless somehow he doesn't. Just a bit too early. Han gets the retry. And now Yangon are gonna be knocking at the gates of Mythic Seal, knocking on the gates of Game 7. Mythic, they slipped.
The stars lined up for Mythic Seal, something we cannot guarantee in the final game, something we cannot guarantee in this Lord push. It is an Evolved Lord, and YG already had a very tanky lineup. This damage reduction as they group up together with the Lord might be too much for Mythic Seal to deal with, but fortunately for them, YG did not have time to manipulate the waves. It'll only be one wave coming down. An Abyssal Arrow landing in the back again! Shadow kill already zoning them away from the Lord. Evolved Lord will be dealt with by Mythic Seal. And once again, they have miraculously stayed in the game.
Nico and Ken. Once Nico landed that Star Shatter, Ken smelled blood. He knew that he needed to pop that shadow kill to force them back, and it was the right call at the right moment. Just when we thought Yangon would be getting the victory with that push, they don't even get an inhibitor turret down, a base turret down. One is about to fall, but they do not succeed in their mission, and Mythic Seal have a chance to fight another day. But now the problem is staring them in their face. It's Stitch, it's Lina, it's the 1-1 and Angela combo. That crossbow of Tang feels like it lasts an eternity now at this point.
Yeah, I think it was on Kun too, right? Obviously, well played to Stitch, but Kun needs to be patient with his timing on the Winter Crown. He can't just pop it before the crossbow attack happens, because before it happens, Stitch, if you use the Winter Crown before it, Stitch has all the time in the world to wait and then use the crossbow attack. The rest of the team, even with the Winter Crown, wasn't able to get away from it, and that's why we saw a massive play from Stitch. Had he waited, even if he died, by the way, to Stitch's basic attack, it will be better than giving a crossbow attack translation over to Zippy Cutie. Patience is the name of the game for Mythic Seal. For Kun especially, they cannot panic in these moments.
Yeah. They have to be tight in their formation, and they really desperately have to conserve those flickers for making sure that they have enough space between them and the 1-1 that's going to be chasing after them. They spot Stitch, a lot of damage, Nico. Wow. He is single-handedly keeping Myth alive by landing the shots on that 1-1 to provide just an inch of more space.
Quite literally could have won them the game had he gotten the steal on the Evolved Lord as well.
Yeah.
Nico, what a fighter, what a warrior for Mythic Seal, man. Zippy Cutie in the mid lane, clearing it out. Prio for Mythic Seal all across the map. Top lane, bottom lane, even in the mid lane, Stitch has to be careful while clearing out the waves. He cannot get popped by Nico. And he has to be careful because they don't know where the Hayabusa is. Another shot taking Stitch very low. Has to walk all the way back to Lina.
Yeah. Too close to call. This might be the final big Lord fight. Who's gonna get it? Mythic Seal, Yangon.
An arrow landing as well. Stitch trying to go in. Boye, look at the play. Jumps onto Ying. Goes for Tsunami Slam as well. Kun gonna be taken down by Stitch as Ying drops his immortality. And perfectly timed Star Shatter. Luckily, the Abyssal Arrow only lands on Boye. And they've already used a big resource. No Heart Guard for a few seconds.
They needed that kill security. They needed to even out their losses. And Nico got it. There's another great Nico in esports known for popping heads, and if Nico wants to share the same space, the same air as him on that world stage, he definitely needs to be the hero now for Mythic Seal, and he got that shot. But can the rest of Mythic Seal find that opening? At this point, they're showing it, that they are desperately playing around the idea of that 1-1, that ultimate, that crossbow of Tang, and that heart guard. The push and pull yet again successful for Mythic Seal, while Yangon, they cannot slip on their discipline. They cannot be too aggressive in trying to end, or they will get punished by Mythic Seal.
It's funny that you bring that up, man. Nico known for popping heads, but he's also known as the second, or as the best second place finisher of all time. Stitch gonna be engaged on. Shadow kill, baiting out the Wind of Nature. Stitch already getting the hard guard and buying the immortality in time, selling the Wind of Nature. No Shadow kill, no Astral Echo. An opening for YG as they hold on to the Lord. Ying gonna walk up. Kun not able to get the Dark Wave. In time, Abyssal Arrow going wide as well. Nico pops into Astral Meteors. Kun dives in all the way to the back. Has the Winter Crown. Will be able to pop it in time as the crossbow tank gets used up and gets wasted down. Ken jumps in with the Quad Shadow. That's a kill over Han. Will lose his immortality. It's Zippy with a double kill. Mythic Seal might just do it here.
Push and pull. They've waited, and this may be the moment. But they're gonna try to end. They're not even gonna go for the Lord. They want to end it.
A risky play, a risky call. An Abyssal Arrow now into the backline on Nico. With a crown being bought, that's gonna be an all-in over to Nico. Flickers out the safety, but the burn is burning him down. Blade falls. Zippy Cutie finds the kill. The base is wide open. After 3 heartbreaking runs, Mythic Seal have broken through the doors of destiny. They finally rise to the international stage at MSC XEWC.
October 1st, May 18th, October 13th, all led to heartbreak. But now they can look at June 8th, 2025 as the date Mythic Seal have finally achieved the destiny long denied. What a final game to finally go international.